so easy to get them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pre-sale stuff can go really quick.
Yeah, I'm noticing that more and more because I joined Funko Pop Hunters on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and they're really good about posting links to Funkos. In fact, I got a new one to the collection today,
Yeah.
and
What's
this is one
this? What you
it's
got?
one I tweeted about the other day, not knowing that it existed, but from Fan Expo in Canada, it is Marty McFly.
Oh, it's the Back to Future.
Yeah, it's whoop other way. He's playing Johnny B. Good
That's
with
awesome.
his guitar and the little suit. That's cool. So yeah, just got it in the mail today, and because the only Back to the Future one I'm missing now is Marty with the DeLorean, like the one that you would think I would have.
Right.
That was like be like the first one I'd get. I just don't have that one because it was $35 retail. Sadly, now it's like $65. So eventually, maybe.
I'm doing the tweet thing while you're talking.
Oh yeah, no worries. I need to pull up the chat room just in case people are in there already.
There it
Oh,
is. There it is.
I was also thinking if they hadn't had a theme, I would have thought, well, Marvel and Disney is now considered part of Disney, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I could do Thanos, a
Mm-hmm.
purple suit and like men's rings on each finger, and then like a yellow watch for the Mind Stone,
Yep. That could
and
be
just
really
kind of
cool.
walk around and and that I thought that would be pretty cool. But
That
I
could
was
be
like,
really cool.
maybe
Yeah.
next year, maybe next year. I
the
could have been Raja. I could have done Raja, but I going with the theme with everybody else. But I'll just wait on.
just get a tiger striped suit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was like, I could do orange and then like striped thing. Like, I wonder if Amazon has an orange suit.
Oh, come on, it's got to.
You have to. It's Amazon.
I know. I mean, it has everything. How could that not be?
How could you not?
I just want to see if you get a
Oh,
tiger stripe suit.
yeah. Let's see here. I just saw the floor. The floor prices for James Taylor and Bonnie Raitt, $425. Oh,
How?
front row is 575 each.
Jeebus.
Goodness, this thing is almost like halfway sold out already.
Wow. So
Just
like
for the pre-sale.
what is the like higher levels?
Higher levels. Let's see. Wait. Let's see the top. Ooh, goodness. I don't know that $300 way up there. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
I don't guess we're going to this.
Jeez. I mean, my Phil Collins ticket was 150. And
Yeah.
it was, I think I'm like on the side, kind of like the rise up sides, on the floor.
Yeah, that is bizarre.
Yeah. That's a lot of money.
Good Lord.
uh,
I think it was like 90 something dollars for front row tickets the last time that my wife and I went to see
mhm.
James Taylor. We were front row, and it was like $98 or 90 something bucks to see him. I guess having Bonnie Raitt there is just like, whoop.
Yeah, but that's a lot of money for a concert ticket.
Yeah. Guess we're not going.
Yikes. I'm sorry. That blows.
Yeah. It's like, can I just come in just for the James Taylor part, please?
I know.
That's all I want.
Can I just
I
pay
just want
half
to
the
see.
ticket? Please kick me out.
I don't know. Bonnie Raitt is awesome. She's an icon.
I love her. She's wonderful.
She is. She's wonderful. But like James Taylor has a special place in my heart, and that's why I like to see him. I'm like, oh, why? Why is it gotta be so expensive?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Ugh, goodness gracious.
I know. That's icky. That's like super icky. You gonna let your sister know?
Yeah.
So hi chat room. We are going to freestyle this tonight because we are questionless. So we will just kind of do a fun little Ask Triple T episode. Let's just do that and have some fun. You guys can ask us stuff and talk about it amongst yourselves in the chat as well. And we'll have some fun tonight.
Yeah.
For episode 289.
It's 89.
Jayonce, aren't you on? When's your cruise, dude? When do you
Should
go on
you
your
be
cruise?
on a boat yet?
When your boat trip?
Where's the boat? Hey, yo, where's the boat?
Oh, you leave Sunday. Okay.
Sunday, nice.
I gotta message you tomorrow then, because I got stuff for you. I got stuff for you, yo.
I got stuff for you.
You leave Sunday. I'm so jealous. I want to go to places warm. Places that are warm. It's 35 degrees out here right now. Is it 35 still? Yeah, 35.
It is thankfully not god awful hot down here today. Today was like the first day of fall. We've got a little window air conditioner unit in our bedroom, and we had it set to like 64, 65. I mean, it'll just keep blowing anyway. And and usually when I fall asleep, it's still hot because it takes me a while to cool down. And so I usually just sleep with no blankets on. I woke up at like 3 a.m, and as I am edging out of sleep into awakeness, I feel like my body is just stone cold. And it's like my body realizes I'm cold, and I go in this full body shiver, just uncontrollable, because it's just blowing cold air that's 50 degrees from outside, however low it got last night. It was somewhere in the 50s. And I just got a big body shiver and was grabbing blankets. And of course, by that point, my wife has all the blankets, and I'm like, I need blankets. I'm just go under here, and I'm just shivering under the blankets, just shivering. And then I fall back asleep. And then when I get back up, when I wake up, looks like she's gotten up and turned the thermostat on it up to like 70 so it stopped blowing. But yeah, it was cold this morning.
Yeah,
I had to actually get a jacket, put my jacket on for the first just a little bit, but then we get busy, we're working, we're moving around, warm up a little bit, so I take the jacket off. But yeah, it is that time of year now, finally.
I know, it's happened fast here too. Did you see the photo of the 1 week apart on those trees?
Yes, I did, and it's gorgeous.
1 week is what it took. And now, as of Thursday, that one tree in the front is starting to lose its leaves. And so by next Wednesday's picture, that tree is probably going to be 3/4 of the way bare. That's how fast it goes.
Wow. Goodness.
Yeah. Because it's been absolutely gross and rainy for like the past 5 days. So it has, and then it didn't rain today finally, and then it's 35, and I'm like, oh, stop this. I can't stand it.
Only a couple more weeks, and then you'll be in sunny California.
Yeah, I'm thrilled about that, because then I can actually like bring out my summer clothes again and not feel like I'm buried under bunches of piles of stuff. I like sleeping cold at night, but during the day, I hate this. This is too cold.
Yeah, it is way too cold. Way too cold during the day.
Way too cold. So yeah, so that's it. We're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna do the thing, and we'll see where it goes. Like, if you guys start sending us questions, if not, we'll just talk, because we can talk.
We're just gonna talk and talk and talk and talk.
We're able to talk. We're good at this.
Yeah, we can do it. It's a thing that happens.
Yeah. Yeah. So since we're gonna just talk on this show anyway, why don't we just start this show?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, we gotta do the tradition. And hang on a second. I gotta pull my soundboard up because I'm lame.
Yep.
I need to not do that.
Let me get my windows ready.
Ready, check to the chat room.
It is absolutely wrong to talk at the movies.
Jay, I will be on his side on that one, because I can't stand it either.
Who's that? What are they doing?
Wait,
Why
what
don't
did
they
he
just run
say?
the other way?
This is
Don't
America.
don't go in the garage. Stay away from the chainsaws. He's right behind you. The killer was your aunt.
This is why I'm not going to the movies with Beyonce ever.
Wasn't
Now,
it that, like, Jay-Oncy, didn't you go see Force Awakens was your first Star Wars movie ever?
yeah, it was.
Something like that? I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, yeah. He had never seen a Star Wars movie, and he went to go
Oh,
to see Force Awakens, and
man, let's talk about getting dumped in the deep end first thing. Just
yeah,
like, whoosh.
yeah. Like, hey, welcome to the lore, all of it.
Yeah. That's not how the Force works.
That's not how it works.
It's not how any of this works.
The things I'll do to eat popcorn.
True.
Now,
I've gone
Jay,
to movies I didn't want to because I needed popcorn.
yeah, I mean, Jay will find the most obscure, obnoxious movie ever, and then you'll sit down and watch it with him, like, and it's the funniest thing you've ever seen, and that we can talk through every minute of every day because I don't care about the plot.
Yeah, yeah, on that one, yeah. But if I'm paying like $20 for tickets and $10 for popcorn and stuff and a drink, I'm like, as soon even as soon as the trailers start, and someone's like talking, I just like, the loud sigh. Like it gets very strict for me. I'm like, when the lights go down, the mouth goes closed.
Well, I just hate it when people have their phones on during
That too.
It's just like, shut your phone off for like an hour and a half. You're okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, wasn't it like one of the like Alamo Draft House or something said that he's like, there's no way we can tell people not to be on their phones. Teenagers and young adults, they're attached like it's part of their life. They have to have it. And then like down came the hellish rain of people who are like-minded to me and are like, no, get off the phone.
Get off the damn phone.
Hour
They
and a
opened
half
an
to
Alamo
2.5
Draft
hours.
House branch here.
Oh, they did?
I need to go to it.
Nice.
I need to go see it because it looks pretty cool.
They have a movie tavern down here, and I went to see Deadpool 2 there with a couple coworkers. Food was pretty good. It's kind of the same idea. I haven't done to Alamo Draft House yet, though.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's. You liked Searching? You don't know if it's in theaters. You should see it. I want to go see. Jay, if you were here, I would make you take me to Star is Born. We'd go see that and go see Gaga.
Oh, yeah. It was her and Bradley Cooper, right?
Bradley Cooper. I know.
What is that about? I have seen a lot of stuff about it, but I haven't watched the trailer or anything.
Basically, the concept is really former like musician, like, star musician, gets washed up, meets this girl who's a diamond in the rough. He grooms her to become a star, and then other things ensue. So I would definitely talk through that. Okay, fine. We're not going then. All right, let's get this show on the road so you guys can do our Q&A and have some fun with it. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Y'all ready?
Episode 289, starting in 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to Tauren Think Tank, the podcast about the Blizzard gamer behind the keyboard.
It's episode 289 of Tauren Think Tank. Today is Thursday, October 11, 2018. It is 8:07 p.m. and my name is Jewel Scott. With me, as always, is the man in the blue shirt with the Blues Brothers on it. It's Mark Onan.
Oh, yeah. And today, as with every other show, all 289 of them were on a mission from God. It is my Blues Brothers shirt. I got it in Dallas because, and Jules, you remember, well, I don't know if you remember, I've worn this shirt before to like old BlizzCons and stuff. I have the original one from my honeymoon 8 years ago. It is faded and cracked, and it's worse for wear, literally worse for wear because I wore it. And so when I went to House of Blues in Dallas, I had to get a new one because it's like, I love this shirt.
Yeah.
So I had to get it. And now I'm showing it off again on the stream. Of course, you can almost see it. It's just
You
that
can,
logo with
he's
Jake
gonna
and
scrunch it
Elwood.
up there. Yeah.
I have to almost take the shirt over my head. Now you can see it right there. My favorite musical.
I think this is the first time I've actually seen you wear that shirt. So
Really?
you may have worn it at BlizzCon and I just don't remember it.
Have.
But
maybe so. Yeah, that might have been it. Yeah.
I remember your Back to the Future shirt. That was the
Yeah.
one that I met you in.
Yep.
That was the specific one.
Yeah, I might be mistaken. That might be the one I was thinking of too. Yeah, the Back to the Future with all 3 DeLoreans on there.
Yeah. So that's the one that I kind of always equate to like first time I met Marcona at BlizzCon kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So speaking of BlizzCon, you've been doing some pre-sale shopping. I heard.
Yeah. My wallet is so light that it's actually like dancing on the ceiling, like Lionel Richie. It's very very light now.
What
I don't
a
know when
feeling
it'll come down.
when you're dancing on the ceiling if you're Marconan's wallet.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Cool music video, by the way. But
That
yeah,
was a cool music
it's the pre-sale went live today, and I went bananas a little bit. I was working with another coworker, and we were driving about an hour between jobs, and I made him drive because I wanted to start going through the sale and start seeing what I wanted, build my card up, get everything together. And then when I got home, I was able to just finalize everything and then just hit place the order, and there went the wallet, and it's still up there.
Mm-hmm.
So the cool thing this year, though, that they're doing is this is the 5th year for those collectible pins, and they're doing a box that has all 10 of the regular color pins kind of displayed all as a complete set. So, and it's only $20 more than it would be if you had like struck out, bought 10 of them and gotten all 10. So I'm like, well, that's a pretty good deal. Because last year, I think, good Lord, I think I spent probably twice that much on pins last year on just the collectible ones, not the exclusives that they have there. And I was like, I'd probably go a better way to me just to complete the set, because I'm not hunting like the gold variants and all that. So I was like, I'll just buy the set, because I'm a collector, but I'm not like a hoarder. Like there's people at BlizzCon that roll out the mats, and they've got like 30 tracers, 28 Diablos, all this stuff, and they're like, ha ha. And I was just like, I just want the little box so I can put it on the wall, and that's it. Like I don't go whole hog. That's not how I roll. So having this complete set is really cool, and I don't have to worry about running around trading pins and stuff. And you also get a cool merchy with it, like Noah's Collectibles said, which is very cool.
Though, that they're going to probably release some pins at BlizzCon during the event that you're going to have to either buy or hunt down. Right
after opening ceremony, I will be heading straight to the pin selling booth.
Yep.
/ line that takes like 3 hours to get through. So I had contemplated skipping the opening ceremonies and just like watching it on my phone while I wait in line, just so I could get through the line real quick. And I'm like, okay, now I can get through it. But
no, you must.
I don't think I'll do that.
You need to experience it with your friends, like you always do.
I do. And then experience the long line every year, like I do after
like you always do. But really, those moments when you like. Could you imagine standing in line when the Overwatch announcement came out and you were around your friends?
Yeah, that would have been a big disappointment, because that's got to be like top 2 or top 3 moments of BlizzCon ever for me.
Exactly.
As I know, I was sitting next to you, and I forget who was on the other side of me. Was it? I can't remember.
Might have been Mugaiver. Was he close to you?
Maybe. Might have been Mugaiver, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was either you or Ashanka, or him and Ashanka.
Yeah.
I know Ashanka was there a couple years in a row, but
yeah. Well, I just remember we're all like, I'm looking at you. We're all looking like, the heck is this thing? What is this? I don't know what it is, but I'm 100% on board, because it's got a talking gorilla and this lady who blinks around. Whatever this is, it's going to be awesome.
That was probably my favorite BlizzCon announcement memory ever, because we were all there watching this be unveiled for the very first time, and it was like we had no idea. There was no spoilers, there was no teasers, there was nothing. It was like all of a sudden we knew something big was about to show up.
Yeah. Well, and you could tell Metzen was so nervous
Yeah.
announcing that thing. I went back and watched the video, a while ago, a few months ago, and he's like holding his hands, like he's like, okay, like you could tell he's nervous, and he doesn't very ever get nervous when he's in, because he was like Mr. BlizzCon every year he was there.
Yeah, that was
And to
pretty
see,
incredible.
yeah, and to see him do that, oh man, it was very very cool. And I still play Overwatch. And unless I lose for a few hours straight, and then I give it a break for a couple days.
That was
Like,
me in Team League, Heroes of the Storm yesterday with a bunch of
oh
friends,
really?
and just lose, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm done for a while. Yeah. I started. I'm learning how to play Battle Royale right now.
Okay.
Which is really fun and hard. So I'm trying to learn how to play that game. Yeah, just for a little bit of a break in there too. So yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so before we dig in any further, just warning you guys now, we don't have a topic for tonight's show because the mailbag is empty. So what we decided to do is we are going to do an Ask Triple T episode. So our chat room is going to participate in this. We've got a couple of questions already. It's a fun little like get to know you chat time. You know, you guys get to hear some of the stories from our pasts or things that we like, we don't like, whatever it is. It's just about fun and relaxing. But here's my plug. We need questions. Bring them on. Send them in. questions@taurenThinkTank.com. Give us content because we can't make anything up anymore. We've got I can't come up with any more topics that we haven't, like general topics I'm talking about, like things that we haven't talked about. So, but prove me wrong. Like
Yeah, if ever there was a time you wanted to submit a question to Triple T, do it now. If ever you had an idea for the past 5+ years, now. Send it in now.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, do it. Because, it's just, this is the time. We need questions. You need answers. We are like in symbiotic relationship now. So let's do this.
Just like Venom, which came out this weekend in theaters.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my plug. That's what we're planning to do tonight. So we'll just chat a little bit about what's been happening in our worlds, and then we'll dig into your chat room questions. So what else is okay? Transitioning back to you. What else is happening besides the BlizzCon presale?
Well, I spent about a day and a half going through several hundred CDs that I had kept from college that just had randomly had stuff burned on them. But I was really bad about marking what was on the CDs. So I went through hundreds of CDs and sorted them. A lot of them were old music CDs that I'd forgotten I'd stuck in with the burned ones. So I went through and I looked at every single one of them. And I found like old pictures when I first got Pixie, which I hadn't seen in ages, old pictures from when I went to New York City back in 2003. Just tons and tons of old stuff, a lot of old music that I hadn't listened to in ages. And I tweeted out a few links to a few songs that I'd listened to that I'd forgotten that I enjoyed so much. And I was like, oh, heck yeah, let's put that on again. I haven't heard that in like 9 years. I forgot they existed. And so it was really, really cool.
Yeah.
To go back down that memory lane. And that was, big part of college was just all the music. I even found old CDs from college. I don't have one here, but the trombone section of my college burned a CD and I still have it, and I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm on there, like almost every track I'm on there. And so I can't wait to put it in and listen to it again. But yeah, it was I think I did that all day Monday, just like almost the entire day, except for raid night, was just going back through all of it. And if they were corrupted or something, I threw them away, just kind of sifting through everything. So yeah, it was really great to go see old videos for marching band, stuff like that. It was really, really neat. And yeah, so I went through and I labeled them if they weren't labeled, and that way I could maybe have some kind of semblance of organization that didn't used to exist. So yeah, it was really cool. Dug around and found some old Pokemon cards that I hadn't had in a long old time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're in these little card sleeves and everything. So I found some old goodies when I was rooting around. Brought some of it home with me. The rest of it's still kind of in storage, like I talked about probably
Mhm.
last week. But yeah, so I did that. Said earlier, prepping for BlizzCon by buying all the things that I needed, had to have.
Yep.
Um, gosh, that's what I was gonna say something before the show, but I forgot what it was. You know how that is, the whole
Oh
thinking
yeah.
thing when it doesn't work.
The
But
brain just doesn't work.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really really awesome, and to go through all those memories, and yeah, been a pretty solid week.
Okay.
The weekend was good. Went and saw Venom, better than I expected.
Okay.
Not bad. I was like, you know what, it's a pretty good movie.
Okay.
I laughed a lot. They had just about the right amount of comedy thrown in.
Okay.
So, and at first I thought Tom Hardy was going to be weird with his voice and stuff, and but like once you get it in the context of everything going around, it's like it didn't really bother me at all. So
Mhm.
I thought it'd be pretty good. So very very happy about that
Cool.
because I had low expectations.
Sometimes you have to go in there and just be like, whatever it is, I'm just gonna enjoy it, pay my money, and see it. And if it's gonna surprise me, then awesome.
Yeah, and if you do go and see Venom, there's a mid credits and an end credits. Stay for the mid credits, and then you can leave. The end credits is just an advertisement for Into the Spider-Verse. It's like a 5-minute clip of the movie. Don't bother waiting for it because the credits just go on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right.
and I waited, and it was a disappointment. So mid credits, then you can leave. But yeah,
Beyonce says you can't laugh in the movies; it breaks the immersion. We were
um,
having a discussion in the pre-show with him because Jay likes to talk during movies. That's his thing. He likes to go with people who like to talk during movies, and there's debate going on about who believes that's okay and who doesn't. So
mhm. I mean, talking no, but laughing yes.
Mhm.
I'm definitely okay with laughing because I couldn't help myself in a couple of parts of that movie. It's pretty funny stuff.
I laugh so
But
people don't sit near me, says Wicked Kitten.
we're not supposed to laugh when there's nothing on the screen, Wicked.
Well,
I guess
then
that's when
then
you
you
do it.
just get creepy vibes, and creepy vibes will make sure that you have lots of empty seats near you. It's kind of a good strategy.
Yeah. Oh, except most of the theaters around here have assigned seating. So you like buy your specific seat and then you go sit in it because other people are sitting in the other seats and they're just like, well,
Okay.
now I have to sit here.
Yeah, okay, so okay, that brings up a really interesting thing that I learned recently, and I hadn't even thought about it.
Mhm.
Is that the whole reserved seating thing in theaters seems to be great for all of us because you're not worried about trying to rush there to get a seat. You just get it, or you go into the theater and you pick your seat and then you sit down and that's it, you're just done, there's no stress. But my mom was talking to me about this recently, and like my grandmother loves to go to the movies. My grandma is 88 years old. She doesn't have a computer. Wow. She doesn't use a touch screen. She doesn't have a cell phone. Well, she does, but she never turns it on. And so going in and reserving, so for a theater showing on like the first release on a Friday where she wants to go with like her and her girlfriends. And now everything's picked before she even gets there. So there's been a couple of times where they've had to like sit in the front row as elderly women. And so I was like, whoa, I didn't even think about this. Like this was something that was such a convenience to me because I can just go and pick out my seat in the theater and boom, done. And then my poor grandma and my mom said something that was very poignant and kind of sad. She said, well, it's kind of a problem that will work itself out over time as the generations who know how to use computers will be getting older and know how to do this.
Yeah, that's true.
And I was like, oh, yeah, but that's sad. That's just sad.
And I agree. And I love the convenience of being able, because like my wife and I, we have our set seats. Like I know it's like D9, D10. That's our seats in those theaters, or E9 and E10. Since if they're a bigger theater in our local theater, I know exactly which seats. Those are like our seats because we always sit there. And if we can't get, well, then we'll kind of get close, like a row up or down. But I just love being able to get right there in the center and having the best seat in the house. If we can't get it, if we have to be over on the side, then I won't go because we really want that it's not really like a community event, like something that everybody goes to the movies. It's just a bunch of strangers sitting in these cushy seats,
Yeah.
separated, enjoying this thing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just decentralizing the experience and just privatizing it a little bit.
Exactly.
Which, it's cool. It's great. I like the recliners. They're cool. But like the local theater here in town still has like the old like creaky hinge seats, and there's no assigned seating, and that just like takes me back to childhood. And so I like to go there. Just if I'm going to go see a movie by myself, I'll go there, because it's like, oh yeah, I can, and I get there early enough to get the decent seats. But yeah, it's so strange, the way things that have been kind of changing. And you're right, I hadn't thought about that either, because the front row usually the last ones to go.
Right, because you can't see anything. It's so uncomfortable. It's not very, it's not a good experience for most people. So yeah. So anyway, that was just a random like thing that had come up in my travels in the last month or so.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's been a busy week. It feels like it's always busy weeks lately. I'm ready for BlizzCon. Things are ramping up super fast now that plans are coming together. It feels like I'm going to be working a whole lot when I'm there, which is great. But it's going to be a lot of juggling. So to make sure I get everything done when it needs to be done. So
so you went from working a lot at the last few BlizzCons to working a lot at this BlizzCon.
Yeah,
too.
pretty much.
Just in a
completely different capacity. So, but yeah, it's kind of like it's pretty awesome. And there's so much going on right now, and unfortunately, I can't talk about any of it. So it's just annoying. I all I can say is like there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes, and it's really good stuff. And I can't wait to actually be able to talk about it publicly, hopefully really soon, but can't. So, so other than that,
super secret
stuff. But the cool thing I can talk about is the latest episode that I did of Heroes News, where I interviewed Trixler, who is like one of the casters for HGC Europe, and also usually there for the big events. So you'll hear him on the big casts, and that was amazing. I had a great time with him. And so this is actually news that no one else has heard yet, but it can be talked about. Is that I also interviewed Kaldor, who is his counterpart. And Kaldor's interview is the longest interview I have ever done. Because he warned me ahead of time that I would have to rein him in because he will just keep going. And he talked for 55 minutes.
Jeez,
Most of my interviews are around 20 maximum. And so so yeah, 55-minute interview, and we probably could have kept going because he was just sharing such great stuff. And so that is that was awesome. I can't wait to put that out. But today I broke my single day download record for the show with the Trixler interview. Yeah. So
congrats.
I'm very, very, very excited. That was a cool thing to have happen. I was sitting in his chat room watching his stream for Trixler, and people were coming in there constantly saying, I love the podcast. It was so good. And I'm like, that's me. You're talking about me. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that was very, very sweet. And it was a little bit of a proud moment for the Jules, because I was like, yeah, okay, I did something good. So
yeah, well deserved too. I know you're working so super hard on those.
It's super hard sometimes. Just get them to book, find the time, get them to book and sit down with them. And but man, it's worth it, especially when you get gems of the stuff that I've been pulling for those discussions. So it's been so much fun. I'm having such a great time. And I can't wait to do more. So I'm going to have to start drumming up some more. So which is good, which is awesome. So yeah, that's out there on Heroes News. You can find it at heroeshearth.com. And that is going to be, there's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming in. I can't wait to talk about it. So, what else? Okay. So let's just jump in and start answering some questions. So let's see. We'll just do the discussion bumper. Why that?
Let's kick around some ideas, not gnomes.
The very first question that I have to answer, because it was already in here, Jayonce, who was I playing Team League with that was not you? The answer to that question was that I was playing with some of the Heroes Hearth team while they were not the pros, some of the partners and stuff, because every Wednesday the org does Heroes Hearth Wednesdays, where we stream one of our partners every so there's 5 partners that stream, and they're all like success in like a train of so they were playing Team League and they needed a 5th, and I jumped in and played. So
Nice.
Yeah. So, and we sucked it up really big, but I played a Deckard Cain really well. So
well, good.
So that was cool. Okay. I know there are more, and I gotta scroll back and get them. Let's see. We'll go back and get them. Draven had some. Finding it. Okay. Draven Dresden says, would you rather, oh gosh, eat a bowl of chocolate-covered grasshoppers or bungee jump safely in the middle of a city?
Ah, crap.
I know.
I hate both of those things.
I do too.
Oh,
my Lord. Like, what?
Oh. I mean, I don't know. The idea of bungee jumping is cool. Like, it's kind of like skydiving. I want to do it once, but I'll do like tandem with the dude on my back so that he'll, like the pro, will know when to pull the cord, so I can just like lose my mind for like 5 or 10, however long you fall for. But
yeah.
And then like still be okay. Not because if you do it by yourself, you have to fold your own parachute, which I can't even fold like a fitted sheet. So
who can? I mean, seriously, chat room, please raise your hand if
show
you
of hands.
If you can actually fold a fitted sheet in a way that is not like a child did it, because that's how it looks when I do it.
Yeah, I tried to watch a video, and then it just looked like a wad. Just like it looked like somebody took a fitted sheet over a basketball really loosely, and I was like, good enough. There you go.
Okay, so the answer to this question, this is excruciatingly hard because heights are horrible.
Especially unrestrained heights. Like, planes are fine for me, but like, ugh.
So I mean, this is how bad it is for me. In my high school, I think it was high school. Yeah, it was high school, or it was like junior high school. They did a program. They had a gym teacher who was into the challenge program, which was basically teaching you how to rock climb and get into an obstacle course in the trees, like rope ladders and walking across rope bridges and, you know, belay techniques and all that stuff. And one of the things that they would do is to have you do a trust fall. And so, you know, I had a really shitty high school experience, and these people were mean, and then you're expected to fall backwards, and they're supposed to catch you from a platform that's not short. And I could not do it. I could not do it. I could not. I
trust them.
Well, no, I didn't trust them. Yeah. And then they made me go up inside a tree and walk across a rope ladder, and I panicked, and I cried. I cried so hard that I couldn't do anything. I was so scared. And so I think if you put me on a bungee jumping ladder, I would probably melt down and probably just turn into a puddle. So I guess I'll pick the grasshoppers and die. Like, I don't know.
Well, you know, my reasoning is that, you know, you can do like one of 4 things to make any food better. You can add cheese to it. You can dip it in chocolate. You can put bacon on it. Or you can like put ranch dressing on it or deep fry it. That's the 4th thing. Ranch dressing is a strong 5th one. Just about any food can be made better by any or sometimes a couple of those things at once. I really do like chocolate, and I know that grasshoppers are raised as food nowadays. Although my wife tried to get me to eat those like sour cream and onion flavored grasshoppers or crickets, and she like popped a couple in her mouth, no problem. She's like, tastes good. I know you like sour cream and onion chips. And I'm like, no. And I could not do it. But if it's covered in chocolate, like it would have to be like triple dipped in chocolate. So it's just this like a size of chocolate the size of my fist, like a big sphere. And like somewhere
You have to
in
fit it in your
there,
mouth.
somewhere. Okay. So something like a gumball size, just
Yeah, like you can't.
and then it's just like, as long as it's not like I can't see its eyes, like I don't want to look into its eyes and like
I
like
know.
I don't need
No,
that.
no, no.
So
See,
if it's like a little like gumball or something size piece of chocolate, I'll just like, okay, go and just chew it up and swallow. I might even swallow it whole. I mean, there's no rules against not chewing it.
I know. Well, somebody sent like years ago. Someone sent in the scorpion lollipops here to the show. You didn't have to deal with that. I did. Yeah, no. Tiber says no ketchup. Ketchup is not a food. I'm sorry. I hate ketchup.
I like it on fries. That's about, for ketchup, that's about as far as it goes for me. And not all the time. Like sometimes on like like the spicy ketchup at Whataburger. It's like ketchup with like, it's like hot sauce or something in there. Like fries from Whataburger with the spicy ketchup, I'll do that. Or like once in a while. But
I don't do ketchup, so that just doesn't. Yeah, no.
Yeah, so no ketchup. Cheese, mesquite sauce. Okay, yeah, maybe that. Like barbecue sauce. Yeah, I'll totally do barbecue sauce.
Just put it in like the hottest ghost pepper sauce, then you don't care. You're just like, I'm dying anyway because I'm being burned in from the inside from ghost peppers.
Yeah, totally the grasshoppers. That's what we'd have to do.
Ketchup is its own food group. Oh my lord. Okay.
Okay,
there was another
ketchup
one.
On eggs. That's gross.
Oh, Tiber's got one. Would you rather live somewhere with a harsh climate but affordable housing, or a place with great climate but really expensive housing and bad traffic? Well, I already do that. I already do. I hate it. I mean, hate's a strong word. I dislike winter so much that I wish that it would end as soon as it begins, but I can live here in Minnesota and like I can afford to own my own place, which is a pretty cool thing. So that part is nice. But winter sucks really, really bad. So I know. I mean, it would be amazing if I could live in someplace like California, but then I would definitely have to have a roommate. And it's nice living on your own.
You can walk around without your pants on. Like just walk in, undo the belt, pants go down, you're just walking around, shuffling your feet to get out of the pants as you walk to like the fridge or something. It's a good feeling. I don't know what that ever feels like because I've never lived on my own, but I'm thinking about it one day. If we get our own house, like
yeah, I mean,
pants off, dance off.
I've like cooked with no pants on. I'm not gonna lie, I've totally done it. Like it just, get up in the morning. You're like, okay, I'm just gonna make some eggs this morning. No pants. Okay.
Yep, it's that kind of morning.
Yeah.
I don't have time for pants.
I have no time for pants. Oh, that's yeah. I kind of live that.
Yeah. Well, as far as like the housing with the climate, I kind of I have it because around here the housing is very affordable. Cost of living here is great. Like it's not very much, and the weather for the most part of the year is not bad. I mean, we've got disgustingly humid hot summers, and occasionally a bad ice storm in January, February. And the rest of the year, other than tornadoes, it's not bad. So I kind of have the best of both worlds. But if I had to pick, I'd probably do the great climate, because if it was a great climate and I could afford the housing, probably wouldn't do anything else but enjoy the climate because I'd be broke. So I wouldn't be able to like go do anything. I would just stand outside. Like today was perfect, and I just wanted to like stand outside or like get a lawn chair and just stay outside because it was like very cool and breezy outside. So if I could do that, that's probably all I would do.
Yeah, you get very, very grateful for the climate moments when it's nice, Yeah, you and I both have the extremes, but like my summers are usually those moments where I'm like, I can see the sun. The sun is actually out. It's not gray and cloudy, and it's not going to freeze. Everything's not gonna freeze, and so that's the best part for me. And then, but it lasts for about 3-4 months, and then the eternal winter starts. So.
Yeah.
we're on the cusp of it, you guys, and so I'm gonna try and keep my mood up high because it's another winter coming our way.
Yeah.
Eh,
Winter is coming.
yes. Let's see. Draven, you asked this one earlier. BlizzCon big announcement predictions.
Definitely going to announce some Diablo stuff. I know that.
They have to.
I mean, isn't it like the Diablo what's next is like right after the opening ceremony, and usually that's the icing on the cake or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Something in the schedule, I heard somebody talking about it that leads us to believe an expansion or Diablo 4 or a formal announcement of the Netflix series. Have they already formally announced that, or is that rumors still?
Rumors, but you know, like it was hitting big news outlets at least. So
Yeah. So I think, you know, they'll confirm those. They'll at least announce an expansion, or maybe even, you know, something that's not even a dungeon crawler like Diablo, but still in the franchise. Like if they did like an RPG or something like that, or kind of an exploring game, something where you're exploring more of Sanctuary or something. You're dealing with things, so that would be kind of cool. I'm pretty sure they're going to do something with that. With WoW, I know they're going to announce probably whatever 8.3 is going to be or something. Kind of like, was it last year they announced Argus? I think it was last year. Yeah, they said we're going to Argus. So that was like, oh gosh, we're going to Argus. So they'll probably formally announce where we're going after the Zuldazar siege and how that works.
Right.
So we'll do that. I don't know. What do you think? Who, like with HOTS? Do you think we're going to get a few cool people for HOTS?
We have to, but it's so weird because we're just getting a new hero next week.
Yeah,
Mal'Ganis is coming.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting. Here's my thinking is that we've been ramping up for this Raven Lord comic that they've been doing, and that there may actually be original characters initiated to the Nexus from the comic series, like the girl.
It's going to be so weird.
Yeah. That the girl will be the an original character that's being brought in with her own lore. That's my thinking. And maybe there'll be an introduction of another one to kind of bridge the class gaps of things that we may not see or may not have. There's also going to be an announcement of the new roles changes because I think Specialist is going away. So,
really?
Yeah, there was a leak, kind of a leak, but they showed some new merch for the Heroes of the Storm. It was a long sleeve t-shirt and it had the role icons and they were all different.
Oh.
Yeah, there were 6 of them instead of 4. So interestingly, thinking that there's going to be some big changes. And that was back in September that came out. So that's what's going on in there. Draven says Ashara and Imperius. That could be a good one.
Yeah, I'd be down with that.
I said this to Ro. I think it could be. We talked about Reinhardt coming to the Nexus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he actually he proposed Leroy Jenkins. So.
Oh, I would love to see that.
Wouldn't it? It would be so funny.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, so there should be that, and then in Overwatch, we'll probably get at least another hero release for there. So it'd be pretty cool. I don't think they're gonna blow us away this year with a big unexpected IP or anything like that. I don't think they're ready, but
yeah,
it'll be
maybe next year or something.
Maybe next year. Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Let's see.
One of those. It's not really an off year so much. I mean, it's an off year as far as my gaming world is concerned because we just got the new expansion, so it's not like earth-shattering new expansion, kind of like last BlizzCon was with that cinematic.
Yeah, they can't they can't
too
soon.
And next we're going into space
again
already. I mean, eventually Azeroth is going to wake up, and then our home is going to be like an eggshell after Azeroth wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go.
I have no
we'll
idea.
Do something else, but yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking.
All right, so we have from Discord, Nymeria941. Let's go with a classic. Would you rather fight with 50 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck, and why?
Like fight against them or fight with them to defeat the forces of evil?
You are against them.
I am against them.
So you got
Well,
50 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck.
I'd say the horse-sized duck.
Why?
Because 50, like, just it better odds. Like, I mean, the duck, the ducks could still, like, the horse-sized duck could still kill me. Like ducks' feet have like little claws on them in between the webbing. There's claws, and that could still hurt like a son of a gun. But with just the numbers of 50 duck-sized horses just running around kicking you, horses are strong, no matter the size.
I know.
And just the idea of all those legs kicking me, like, have you ever been chased by a duck? That's scary enough.
Yes.
Add 49 of them and turn them into horses, and then see how you feel.
I go with your choice as well, because I think about the ninja movies where you've got a whole bunch of ninjas and the one hero trying to fight off all the ninjas, and I am not that agile, so I cannot.
I'm not that ninja.
No, I am not made of ninja material at all.
Same here.
So I will say that I have much better chance fighting against one horse-sized duck, and just, hopefully I can duck a couple times. No pun intended. And
Duck the duck.
So yeah, that'd be my choice. Let's see, we got one more from Discord. Emmett says, would you rather go to what is sure to be a totally awesome company Christmas party? No sarcasm. My company is the best on a Friday night after work, or don't go to the party and go to the first day of PAX Unplugged. I already bought a 3-day pass. Asking for a friend.
What is PAX Unplugged? I have not heard of that.
Board games.
Oh,
tabletop.
I gotcha.
Yeah, it's focused on tabletop, not video games.
Hence the Unplugged. I gotcha.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I like tabletop games, but I don't have enough people around me that play tabletop for me to like get into it. Like, I haven't played D&D in over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
None of my friends really play tabletop games, and so I have no real experience with that. My company in the last, my new position in the company, we had a pretty good Christmas party last year. So I might lean towards the Christmas party because I've already got, I've got the 3-day pass. So I'm still going to go the other 2 days.
Yeah.
But, just in case there's some cool swag or something funny happens at the party that is totally awesome, I would probably do that. But, that's just my personal preference. But if I was really into board games, I would go to PAX Unplugged. If I was like really, really good into tabletop, I'd want to soak that up, go all 3 days.
See, and I would talk with my wallet on that and say, I paid for the 3-day pass. I'm going to use the 3-day pass.
That's a strong point. Very strong point.
If I were to purposefully make sure that I bought a 3-day pass to attend, and maybe it was that, here's the thing, because a lot of times you pay less to get more. You'll pay less for a 3-day pass than you would for just a single day or 2-day. So maybe that's the logic. But if anything, I would use my wallet as the driver to say, I paid for this, therefore I am going to use it. So
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So based on what my intent is, like, I've gone to Disneyland and paid for the full price ticket and gone for 6 hours and said, I've had enough, and left. And it was well worth my money. And I know some folks who are like, I get there in the morning and I pay for my ticket and I am there until the gates close at night. And
that was me the last couple of years.
And that's fine. Like, that's the measure of value, right? Is the difference between, like, I paid for this, therefore I want to get every minute of every moment I can get to be inside those gates. And for me, 6 hours on my feet, standing in lines and eating a lot of food and having a great time, and I can be like, yeah, I had my fun. That was well worth my money.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, it's just funny. It's just a difference in approach, I think.
Oh, yeah. So. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what else we got. What's the strangest thing you'd want to do if you were able to do so, says Draven Dressen.
Man. Gosh, that is a tough question. It depends on one's definition of strange, my dear good man.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Gosh, I
Yeah,
have to
because
think about that one.
strange is a tough term. Like, is that I want to learn how to spear fish or something? I don't know. Because
Yeah.
not that I really I'm out there trying to spear fish, but I'm going that route. Drive a
Hmm.
car with my feet, says Wicked Kitten.
You can multitask.
Okay, I had this actually think of this today. If I could, I would like to be able to function without having to stop to eat.
Oh yeah.
It's a really irritating thing for me sometimes, especially because I work from home.
Hmm.
So I'll be working on stuff and I would like to keep going and I physically cannot because I need to eat something.
Hmm.
Or I just need to stop. And so like today I was like, oh, I could go to the gym right now because I'm at a breaking point. No, I can't go to the gym because I am starving and my blood sugar will drop and I will be miserable and I need to eat before I go to the gym. So it was like, and I'm just like, I am so frustrated because I just want to do things and not feel like now. For me, meals are awesome for having time with your friends and spending time with people. It's the
Hmm.
it's the whole like you need fuel in order to fuel the motor, keep the
Yeah.
engine going is annoying.
Yeah. And I mean, that's how it is for me at work. Like I'll just try to, because I'll eat in between stops, like real quick. Just need something on my stomach. Let's go. Gassing up the work vehicle, go in and get like a sandwich or something and just
Yeah.
get that down. Like enjoying the meals with friends, that's perfectly fine. But it's yeah, I'm kind of with you there. It just kind of sucks to have to stop what you're doing in the middle of it just to refuel. It's like that's an inconvenience.
Yeah, it was just one of those things that happened today where I was just like, I want to go just do the thing. And I know that if I go do the thing, I'm going to regret it. I need to eat something. And that was where I was just like, I wish that would be just possible for me to say, you don't need to eat. You can just do stuff.
Keep going.
Yeah.
And then
So,
and then you hit empty and just head hits the desk.
yeah, no kidding. It's not fun.
Uh, Strangest thing that I could do is like I wish it's not really strange, but I wish I could breathe underwater
Oh,
because
yeah.
I love to swim, and when I was younger, I would go to the pool and I would like breathe a whole lot to get a lot of blood in my get a lot of blood in my oxygen in my blood, and just like breathe a lot of breaths. And then I would take a big deep breath, and as I pushed off, go down, I would empty all just enough air out of my lungs to be negatively buoyant,
Mm-hmm.
and I would sit cross-legged on the bottom of the pool for like 30, 45 seconds. Sometimes I would lay back and just lay down in the pool on the bottom, like
Yep.
like a dead body, essentially, except they float usually.
Yeah.
But I would just lay there and just look up and I would just enjoy it. It was peaceful down there. You could barely hear people's like the kids screaming at the pool, just kind of lay there. And then it's like, oh, I have to breathe. And then I just push off the bottom and go back to the top.
Yeah.
And it was so peaceful and nice and just I guess akin to being in the womb because you're
Yeah.
just kind of floating weightless. It's kind of like being in a microgravity, which is something I would love to do if I could ever. And I know you can. I just need to save up and do it. Is go on the vomit comets, the airplanes that do the parabolic humps, dives and stuff to simulate microgravity. They do that, and you can pay. It's like a few $100s or something like that in Florida to go do those flights.
I
One day
have
I will do
never
that.
heard of such a thing called a vomit comet.
Well,
Number
that's what
one.
astronauts used to call it back in the older NASA days, or not older NASA days, probably the shuttle era. That was their nickname, was for that. But I forgot
I have
what it's
no idea
called.
what this is, but this does not sound like anything I would want to
Oh,
be near a.
well, in the movie Apollo 13, they have all those moments of weightlessness wherein
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
in like
yeah.
they did those on the plane, and what they do is the plane takes a really steep ascent and then like does this like it's kind of like if you go over a hill too fast, you get that moment of like
Oh, yeah,
losing
like
your
lifting
stomach.
off your seat. Yeah.
It's that, but in a large scale. So you go up and then they pitch the whole plane down and take a steep dive for like 20 or 30 seconds. You're falling at the same rate as the rest of the plane.
Mm-hmm.
So you're floating essentially in midair because you're doing a free fall at the same rate the plane is.
Interesting.
And you
Yeah,
get to
it's
do that.
similar to what you do on roller coasters in a small sense.
Yeah. but they do that. And so one of these days I'm going to do that. But yeah, breathing underwater would be kind of a neat skill to
All
have.
right. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have here? Who would you like to see in the band this year?
Oh man, I have no idea who they would go with this year.
I know.
There's just, I mean, they did what Muse last year. Wasn't that Muse last year? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
I don't.
Weird Al the year before.
I have not gone to a concert yet at BlizzCon, so we'll see.
Oh, you didn't go to Weird Al?
Nope, didn't go. It wasn't.
Oh, man.
It's just not really my thing. Just it's not. Yeah, I mean, I'm going next weekend. I'm going to see Phil Collins, which is the first concert that I probably have been to since Aerosmith in 2005. So I don't go to a lot of concerts. It's not it's not my thing, but I'm doing this because it's Phil Collins, and I don't think I'll ever get a chance to see him again unless he decides that he's definitely going to tour again, which I doubt. So
yeah, you definitely need to get it in this time.
Yeah, it was like, I need to do this now. I saw him play with Genesis when I was 18 years old at Giant Stadium, and that was the last time I saw him, and I never thought I'd see him again. So it was like, he's coming to Minneapolis. Yes, I'm going. So I saved a lot of money for it, and I was like, I'm doing this. So yeah, most definitely. So I guess, I don't know. Like, would Bruno Mars be someone that would be something people would enjoy at BlizzCon?
I would.
Yeah, I mean, Bruno Mars is great.
He's got a ton of good music. Like, it's catchy music.
Yeah, I like his music.
Do it.
The one I would be tempted by, which I know would never happen, would be Lady Gaga.
Yeah. That would be a solid performance right there.
Oh, it would be an amazing performance, but I don't think that would ever happen. So not for BlizzCon, but you never know.
I'm trying to think who do I expect, or who do I want?
Who do you want? Yeah, those are the two questions.
I mean, Phil Collins, I'd love to see. I'd love to see Phil Collins there.
You wouldn't have to ask me twice. I'd be in the front row.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I'll be camping out the day before. Like, oh, you here waiting to get in? No, I'm waiting for Phil Collins.
Forget it. I don't want anybody ceremonies. I want to get in here for this.
You can forget everything else. I'm staying there. But gosh, who would I want? I would want either Earth, Wind, and Fire or Chicago.
Which would never happen, because
it would never happen. But man, I would love to see either of them live and do that.
Yeah.
Or like George Clinton. Something with funk, like something with a good horn section, something, not just straight up rock and roll. Nothing wrong with straight up rock and roll, but like, give me some more meat on the bone there. So
I like it.
That's what I would do.
All right, we're gonna make this last call question. It's the last one from Draven. You're the sole winner of a $1.5 billion lottery.
Oh,
what's the first 3 to 4 things you do after celebrating?
Get a lawyer.
Yeah.
Like,
get a good accountant.
Get a lawyer, get an accountant, move, and don't tell anyone where you move to.
Yes.
Especially family. That's what they say anyway. Because
oh gosh, yeah.
It'll ruin the relationship with your family and friends. Like, I wouldn't tell anybody, like, for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the hardest part, because money brings out the best in some parts of your life and the absolute worst in some of the more important and more meaningful parts of your lives.
It's very true. It
taints all your relationships.
I've had discussions like that with friends who got really good jobs and were making a lot of money and, single. And so they have a high salary, and it's like, they can just spend the money on the things that they want. And people are just treated them differently after that happened, and it sucks. I've always made it a point of, it doesn't matter, like, if you have a better experience or things, like, you can just fly to Vegas at the drop of a hat, that's cool. Like, that's your life. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm not
But
going to ask you if you can pay for my way to go.
yeah,
Like,
no.
yeah.
You know, if someone was like, "Hey, I've got the extra money and I want to take you," I'd be like, "Are you sure?" Like, are you
Yeah,
sure you do
I
that?
would ask once to
Yeah,
be
are you
polite.
sure about that?
Yeah. Well,
Change your
I had
phone number.
lunch
Yeah.
with a friend of mine. She's got a really great job over there in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
One of my WoW friends, or one of my friends from BlizzCon, and we were gonna have lunch, and I picked like a place nearby our office, and she's like, "Are you sure it's a little pricey?" And I was like, "I looked at their menu and it's fine." And I paid for my own lunch. I'm not gonna expect her to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things like, yeah, it's fine. If you got a lot of money, that's fine. You're still my friend. That doesn't bug me. If they wanted to offer to pay for food, I'd be like, "Are you sure I can get my own way?" And if they're like, "No, no, I got it," and then I'll be like, "Okay." You know,
Yeah.
I resist once to be polite and to make sure that I was like, I can cover this,
Yeah.
but if they want to after that, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, I would totally still buy a DeLorean if I won that much money.
Yes.
I mean, that has to be like top 5 things I buy.
Yeah.
First 5 things I buy
Mm-hmm.
is a DeLorean. I know they're not the best car. I don't have to get on a soapbox about it. But yeah, that's probably what I would do.
Yeah. For me, I'd buy a new car, and just doesn't need to be anything fancy, just not old.
Yeah,
Car
new
on
and
last
reliable.
legs kind of thing.
Mhm.
I would get some more cool furniture for my house because I don't have any hardly furniture in my house. Decorate my house a little bit nicer. And then I would my splurge would be to travel to different parts of the country. Number 1, to go see my friends anytime I
Mhm.
really wanted to go. And number 2, to go to New York and see all the Broadway shows I freaking want, because man, I wanted to go see Hamilton so bad, and the tickets here are like $200 to go see Hamilton. Woo. And I'm like, I can't afford it. I'm not employed right now. I can't go see it. And so that would be amazing. I would be like, hey, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, done. Hamilton, yep. Done. Like, and go and just not think about it and fly first class, because man, that's cool. So
oh yeah, yeah, you'd have to. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Travel would definitely be on my list. There's half dozen places I want to go around the world to travel.
Yeah, I want to go to the Mediterranean, and I want to go to Alaska, and I want to go to Australia, and I want to go to Hawaii, and I want to go all those places, and I would not have to think about it. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, I want to set foot on all 7 continents.
Ooh.
I want to go to all 7. I listened to a radio show, and one of the hosts there, he went to Antarctica once, flew down to like Chile, and then hopped over to Antarctica. And he was like, yeah, it wasn't that cold. I mean, it was like temperate almost, because he was on like the edge. He wasn't like dead South Pole, but he was like, yeah, it was really cool. He was like, we were there for like a couple days and we flew back. It's one of those things, like, it wasn't that expensive because no one really goes there for many reasons, because it's not like beachfront property or anything.
No.
So I would definitely do a lot of travel, and I'd probably be one of those people that would do some donations and spread it around. There's some causes and things that you want to help out. So
absolutely,
there's quite a few things that I would do. I can't really do much as it is now, but man, if I could, I would.
Because one person does not need $1.5 billion. They just don't. So no one person needs that much money, but a lot of other people do. So
yeah, well, and at that point, I've heard it said that if you're like the millionaires really care about the money. They flaunt it, they brag about it. They're all about the money. Like, I got millions. But if you're a billionaire, like, it's almost like Star Trek Next Generation. You've moved past the point of money. Like, you don't have to worry about money, really. You're comfortable, and you've like elevated past monetary value, and then you just go like do good. That's when the true human nature comes out. Like, go and do good, help people, so that's what I would probably do. I would put enough back to be secure and to like have investments and all that jazz. Smart about it. I'm not going to go blow all of it out on weird things.
No. I mean, in my life, the way I live right now, I would be just ecstatic to have it be in a situation where I didn't have to worry about money every month. That would be amazing. Like, it would be incredible. So Someday I'll get there, but it'll be as someone who's been supporting herself on her own for the last 3 years, it's just like, ugh, it'd be cool if I didn't have to do that anymore. So yeah, so that is Ask Triple T. That was pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah, we had some really good questions.
We did. You guys rock. Thank you, chat room, for bringing it, for bringing the questions, for bringing the discussion. And hell, if we can't come up with any more topics, if we got nothing, we're going to keep just doing this. So it's on you. If you like this, then come and bring the questions. And if you don't, then send us questions that we can do our normal format on. No pressure. Just, give you your...
there's a little bit of pressure.
Yeah,
come on.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
If you're sitting on that question, if there's something you're curious about, heck, it could even be a broader topic, something that you heard elsewhere, and you're like, hey, this thing affects me, or this thing, seems like it could affect a lot of people, or whatever. It could be a broad thing, could be not necessarily specific to you, anything. Like throw it our way.
Yeah, absolutely.
We would love to talk about it.
Absolutely. And now that I have a cat on my lap, it's probably indicative that it is time to wrap the show up, because somebody has decided that he wants attention. So
that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, he usually waits till about the end of the show, and then he, sometimes he waits until the very, very end. But right now he's decided that he's going to wake up right now and come and ask for my attention. So
cat time,
yeah, it's pet time. So what's going on? Anything in the next 7 days?
Not entirely. I mean, as far as movies go, I plan to go see First Man, the Neil Armstrong one with Ryan Gosling. Yeah, I want to go see that this weekend. So I may try to go get some IMAX tickets for it, because it's supposed to be very, very good. At least a very good spectacle movie of seeing that. Since I was not alive in the 60s and the 50s to experience that, I would love to see this imagining of it.
Nice.
So, doing that. Gosh, I don't know. Probably just the normal work and WoW rating on Monday, like usual. We downed a couple bosses, first, second try this week. Just starting to rock through normals, getting some gear. It's a fun time. Prepping for BlizzCon. My final checklists are coming in. Going through the process in my head, getting ready. What am I going to bring? What am I going to wear?
Yep.
Sure, I get all my stuff together. Working on some things. If I end up going to Disney that year or this year, and do some things for that. I streamed last week on last Friday, which was fun. Did that for a few hours, and may do it again this weekend. We'll see. Stay tuned to the Twitter if I do.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's about it. And I know you've got a cat scarf right now.
I am wearing a cat scarf. He's decided that he's going to just wrap himself around my neck. So we'll just finish the show this way. And it's 3 weeks till BlizzCon, as the chat room is reminding us, and it's quite the excite. Okay, kitty. Yep, time to move. He has decided that he does not want to be my scarf anymore. The next 7 days are going to be pretty fun for me. I have one more BlizzCon lanyard that came in like right at the end. Ooh. So I have a BlizzCon lanyard to make for a lovely woman. It's one of the beaded ones, the captured beads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be in a rainbow pattern. So it's going to be super cool. And I am excited to do that. I'm going to work on that this weekend. Maybe knock one out for myself if I can swing it. We'll have to figure that out.
Sweet.
And yeah, it's gonna be a good week. So we plan on, just doing the thing, working hard. Hopefully I can have more news to share, because I always feel like I have all this stuff going on and I can't talk about any of it. So it'd be great if I could actually share it. So that'd be super cool. And with that, I believe we will bring this show to a close, like we always do. And I find my bumper. Where is it? There it is. Just like this. Tauren Think Tank is brought to you by you, our patrons. You are our support. You are the reason why this show is going on. And we thank every one of you who supports us on Patreon at patreon.com/Tauren Think Tank.
We absolutely do, each and every one of you. Also, the portions of the music and sound effects heard on the show can be found at incompetech.com and at freesound.org. You can also find us outside of the show on our website. And where is that, you may ask? Well, I'll tell you, loyal viewer, it is at taurenthinktank.com, which also has all of our podcasts there, and also how to get in touch with us too, and the store, taurenthinktank.com/store.
Yeah. If you want to meet other members of the Triple T community, maybe send in your Ask Triple T questions if we do another one of these episodes soon. You can join our Discord server. That's where we got some of these tonight. The quick way to get there is tinyurl.com/tttchat2.
Yes, yes. You can also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/TaurenThinkTank. You can also find us on Twitter for the show at TaurenThinkTank. You can find Jules at JulesRPG, and you can find me, Mark Conan, at Mark Conan Wow.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, chat room, for being with us tonight and hanging out every Thursday night at 8 o'clock Central Daylight Time on the Twitch video stream, twitch.tv/TaurenThinkTank. We love seeing you here with us, however you can make it. Listen, whatever. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we are going to be back this next week on Thursday with something. I don't know. I will figure it out.
It should be your question.
It should be your
send
question.
us your question. Be your question. I'm talking to you.
Questions at
talking to you right there.
Questions Mark Conan.
Jules.
Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Stay cool and enjoy the fall.
Oh, I will enjoy. Fall has finally arrived. Thank you.
Yes.
And you enjoy your next week. Try to stay warm as winter starts to rear its ugly head in Minnesota's direction, and hopefully you will get some awesome pictures of the leaves turning.
I will keep doing that. We'll be back next week on Thursday night for myself and Mark Conan for the entire chat room. Until next time, /moo, everybody.
/moo. Tauren Think Tank. We make your problems less bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
/moo, everybody.
Thank you for coming, everybody. We appreciate it.
Thank you, chat room community. You're the best, and you provide us with show content. There's our show titles.
I was just about to ask.
Color likes to talk. He does like to talk. I'll tell you what, though, Draven, he was super, super honest and forthcoming, and he didn't hold back. And it was like, he actually told me prior to doing the interview that he liked the more hardball questions and didn't want me to like sugarcoat stuff. And so I fired at him certain things, and he was like,
wow.
And he thanked me. He said at the end, he's like, I appreciated that. I was like, yeah, that's cool. So
it keeps him on his toes.
Well, he's German, and he's very straightforward, very blunt. And just he talks about it on the interview about how he's actually been taught the compliment sandwich thing. And that, he thought it was a joke at first, that people were actually pulling his leg, that it was like that you're supposed to say something nice and then provide somebody with feedback and then say something nice at the end. And he thought that was like, he said, no, that you're joking, right? And they're like, no, this is a real thing. Yeah. So
honest to goodness, real thing.
Yep. All right.
I looked at one of the places you can do the zero gravity. I guess it's the main place. $5,000.
$5,000?
Yeah, I linked it in the chat. It's $49,050 plus 5% tax. Jeebus. One seat on a weightless flight to include 15 parabolic maneuvers, creating 20 to 30 seconds of weightlessness each. So that is about 7.5 minutes max of weightless flight total.
That's a lot of money.
Oh, it is. But if I won the lottery, I would do that.
Yeah, $1.5 billion. You could definitely do that.
Yeah, that's chump change.
Let's see.
I want to so bad.
So which one do you want? Which title?
Let's see. Duck the Duck sounds funny.
Yeah, Duck the Duck does sound good. All right, we'll use that one.
Get a Kickstarter, yeah. That'll go over like a turd in a punch bowl. I've seen what happens when people want frivolous things on Kickstarter or GoFundMe.
Or I want to go on this rocket ride.
Yeah. I will live stream the whole thing. Oh, I can't do that on the plane. I will videotape the whole thing. And if I barf, I will send a sample to every single. No, that'd be
Oh,
horrible, awful.
oh,
Would not get funded. I don't know. That
really?
dude raised like $75,000 for potato salad. So no, it was Kickstarter. He did potato salad.
Yeah, I did.
So yeah, find
I mean,
something
some people get
interesting.
lucky. some
Yeah.
some people get lucky. When you said vomit comment, I'm like, that was one of those moments where I had like, are you serious? This thing exists? And you're like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean that's how they trained the astronauts to do weightless stuff. That's how they filmed all they built the sets on the plane
Yeah.
for Apollo 13. And yeah, it's the real deal. And I would absolutely love to do that someday because just the feeling of microgravity. I know it'll be like for me, like I get car sick in the back seat a little bit. I just feel a little nauseous if I'm staring at a phone or something and people
Yeah, I
are
can't
moving
do
around.
that.
Yeah, I can if we're on the interstate and it's like straight for the most part, I can do it fine.
Yeah.
But like bumpy roads, anything, I'm just like, oh, hold on. I was trying to help and type notes once on my laptop at work and another guy was driving. He's a very aggressive driver. And I finally had to shut the laptop. He's like, "You all right?" He's like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, if I don't stop, I'm going to throw up. So I have to wait. And I just have to like focus on where we're going and then it passes.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
still, it's like, oh, gross.
Happened to me on boats too. Yeah, certain rides on boats those were pretty rough.
I have that cruise next July that I'm going on.
You're going on a cruise
Yeah.
next July?
Yeah. Me and the missus are going.
Oh, you didn't say. I didn't know you were doing that. That's awesome.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, I thought I talked about it a couple months ago. Yeah, we secured the room back in like May or June.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been saving up a little bit here, a little bit there for it. And it's going to I think we're going to Belize, another island. So it's like down through the Gulf of Mexico and then down to like a little bit of South America.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah. It should be a real good time. I've never left the contiguous United States. Never been outside of the lower 48. So
wow, that's
yeah,
awesome.
I need to get a passport. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, I just sent in my application for my passport renewal. So I can hopefully go to Jocelyn's wedding in February. So
yeah, you should be able to get it back by then.
Oh yeah, like they've already processed my check. Like I mailed it in. Like, they got it Saturday. They've already processed my check. It just says it takes about 6 weeks to get it. But yeah, I was like, the scary part about the whole passport thing is that you have to send in your vital documents, like your birth certificate and your marriage license and all that stuff. And I am just like, because all my vital paperwork went in an envelope to some place in Iowa, and then they sell it. They send it back to you, but it's just like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna be out without that stuff for 6 weeks. So
yeah, it's like I need to take pictures of everything and get all that sorted out.
Yeah, because they're all like they don't take copies. You have to send them your original documents. So it's just like oof. Makes me nervous. But they got my stuff and they already processed my check, so I know it's in process at least.
Yep, they're working on it.
Yeah, and here's the other thing that I learned that I didn't know is that you can't wear glasses in your passport photos starting like next month. So when they took my passport photos, they made me take my glasses off. And I was like, it doesn't look like me.
Who am I?
I don't know. The picture is weird. So
yeah.
Yeah, it's frustrating. So anyway.
Thankfully, I won't have that problem whenever I eventually get mine. I need to get that knocked out pretty soon.
Yeah,
but I don't have my birth certificate. It's actually at my mom's. So
you're gonna have to go get that, yeah, because you will need that, and you need the original of it. So
yeah. And next time I go home, I need to get that sorted and get all the documents I need together.
Yep. Yeah, because you'll need your well, for me it was the name change thing, so I needed all the stuff, but it was basically you just need your birth certificate is the main thing to prove that you are a US citizen. So Yep. All right. We're going to get out of here. go get some water, go put our feet up, go relax and enjoy the rest of this evening.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good rest of the evening. It's been a pretty okay Thursday.
That's good.
So, yeah.
All right, my lovelies.
Mm-hmm.
Send us your letters.
Please send in your letters. Draven, you said you need to send one in. Send it in.
Send us your letters.
Don't dilly-dally, brother.
Don't delay. All right, we're out of here. We will see you next week. /moo, everybody.
/moo, folks. Have a great week.
Bye.